Hi guys, what is gangrene? Gangrene is a form of necrosis with superadded putrefaction. Okay, then what is putrefaction now? Putrefaction is something we can say it in Hindi as sad jana, completely sad jana. That is called putrefaction. After necrosis, the part gets decayed, totally decayed, and this is called putrefaction. And with putrefaction and necrosis, it is called gangrene. There are three types of gangrene: dry gangrene, wet gangrene, and moist gangrene. Dry gangrene is something which is due to ischemia. The the part which is affected by a dry gangrene is always dark, sunken, and it's dry. Okay, that is why it is called dry gangrene. There is always a line of demarcation present. That is, a line of demarcation is something that you can differentiate the living cells and the dead cells of an affected part. This is called line of demarcation. The pathogenicity of the dry gangrene is because of hemolysis of RBC, and because of this hemolysis there is excess of H2S, that is hydrogen sulfide, produced, and because of which the part becomes dark, dry, and sunken. So this is what is the typical feature that makes dry gangrene. Then dry gangrene are sometimes reversible in medical management. That means we can reverse the dry gangrene through giving medicines. Systemic manifestations are hemolysis. They mostly don't spread, they only occur in particular part. Okay, if this part is affected by a gangrene, or this part is affected by dry gangrene, then only this part will be affected, it won't extend down. Okay, so this is the typical features of dry gangrene. Now what is wet gangrene? Wet gangrene occurs due to overgrowth of bacteria on that part with pus. Okay, it occurs in moist tissues like oral cavity, moist tissues like eyes, moist tissues like our fingers, nail bed. Okay, moist tissues like peritoneum. Okay, so there, and organs, mostly organs are affected by wet gangrene. The part which is affected is soft to touch, swollen, putrid, rotten, and dark. Putrid means, I said, as putrefied. Putrid means something like raw and sour, but rotten means it's totally having a bad smell. Okay, there is no line of demarcation present in wet gangrene. The pathogenicity is because of diabetic patients or diabetes, where there is excess of sugar content in the affected part. Okay, so this leads to wet gangrene. Wet gangrene always needs amputation. There is no medical there is medical management also available, but in an acute stage, not in a subacute or chronic stage. Okay, so wet gangrene always needs an amputation. Systemic manifestation is septicemia. Then mostly it spreads. Wet gangrene has a tendency to spread. Okay, whereas the dry gangrene doesn't have the tendency to spread. So these were the things that are present in dry gangrene and wet gangrene. Now I'll explain you what is gas gangrene. Gas gangrene is it is a type of wet gangrene. It is a type of wet gangrene which occurs due to Clostridium bacteria, a group of Clostridium bacteria. The affected part is swollen with a gas bubble. Okay, with a gas bubble which are produced by these toxins created or secreted by the Clostridium bacteria. These gas bubbles are very much offensive. Like, I can say that if I'm staying in this room, then the next house will have its smell. So it's that variant of offensiveness. Then it undergoes coagulative necrosis as well as liquefactive necrosis. When coagulative and liquefactive necrosis occurs both at a similar time, it leads to gas gangrene. Okay, so these were the symptoms and these were the pathogenicity of the gangrene. So I hope you might have understood the topic. Thank you.